holidays, I think this is first call, the second call, and I'm just going to paraphrase it, I can't think straight right now. He said something to the effect like if there's something that you don't, if you're feeling down, he said, he goes then, don't take that route, like don't go there. You can go the opposite way. But no, you know what we do? We swallow and pity. That's what we do. That's what I'm saying. Bunch of messages. Love and pain, I don't understand. I don't understand why. Why love and pain? You just snap out of it. Snap out of it. Seriously. So, feelings start with this. I'm glad you guys were, you gotta keep it real, like keep it real with yourself.
So one of the reasons why we're doing this today is that this meeting should have been and was going to be something totally different. It was going to be our Star Diamonds presenting. We still have a few of our Star Diamonds presenting today, but we feel that before we turn this over to our Star Diamonds, we need to really prepare each other from the heart, right? And I think that the slides that we're going to show you today are going to do that. So that you guys are really ready to help us achieve our crazy goal for 2015. Something that we haven't done in the past is we're going to be up your ass and holding you super accountable because I'm pissed, honestly. You know why I'm pissed? I'm pissed because I wanted this year to end with at least 5 of my coaches making a 6-figure income. And that did not happen. And I think I have the right to be pissed, right? I think that's pretty messed up, that I've been in this business for 4 years and that my leaders are not making a 6-figure income. And the reason why they're not making a 6-figure income is because I haven't held them accountable. It is my fault because I can't let them die. I can't let life take over because my purpose won't allow it. So my job is in 2015 to really get it out of it. I will not let them die. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be up your ass if you're not running with me. You need to run with me 100% in order for me to run with you 100%. Because I give this business 500%. She was up until 6 in the morning because her mom had her up, and that's messed up, and she still made it here. I was up until 3, almost 4 in the morning because I was doing the slideshow for you guys. All right, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to deliver? We all need to just put some real skin in the game and really track our business. So our goal, we mentioned last year, is that we want 200 diamonds plus. I'm low scaling at 200. I'm low scaling it because I want to stand here by the next quarter delivering to you guys some crazy numbers. And I know we can do it because everyone in this room is talented and gifted. And you all have vision and you all want more out of life. Don't give up on that vision. Don't give up on that more. Stop letting all the crap that comes to you steer you away from your vision. And I learned from someone over the weekend that I think sometimes maybe our message may come off the wrong way. So I want to make something clear. I don't knock what any of you do for a living. I don't knock any of your careers. And the reason why we share with you how fucked up society is and how messed up it is that some people have to work 20 years to make $120,000 that will never, ever be enough. It's not about money, but you know what? How the heck are you going to deliver? How are you going to have a beautiful family with vacations and, what we know we love to do with our family and with our loved ones? How are we going to support our parents? We all come from our parents. My mother has nothing. I need to have enough money to be able to keep my family together. So don't think that we're knocking what you do for a living. We're not knocking, if you love your job, listen, love your job. But be great at your job and be great at this. Don't leave this on the back burner because this will give you $1 million income. Okay, I'm ending this year at almost $500,000 without making 15-star diamond. because I have another business center that's making a lot of money. I want the same for you guys. You know, you gotta stay clear with your vision. My brother worked for 20 years for JetBlue. He started off making $60,000 straight out of college. He only makes $119,000, and he is up to here in debt. Why? Because of the system. Because of the matrix mentality. We all think, you know, you're gonna go to school, you're gonna make all this money, and you know what? It doesn't really happen. You know what? You're gonna work overtime for the rest of your life and miss your kids growing up. You know, so understand that when we talk about, you know, quitting your job and being, you know, I don't want you to take it the wrong way. I respect the fact that you went to college. I think that you're better than me because I didn't go to college. I took the easy way out, which ended up being the worst decision I made in my life. Had this not come into my life, I'd be living paycheck to paycheck, living beyond my means, like many of us do. So I want you to understand that it comes from a good place. It's my passion for you to do more. Not that you have to leave that. That's what I did. That's what Micki did. That was our choice. That doesn't mean that you have to do the same. There's many successful coaches that do both. So 200 plus diamonds and 100 star diamonds. All right? How are we going to get 100 star diamonds? All of you need to become star diamonds, and you need to work with somebody on your team to get to star diamond. That's where the success will come. That's where everything will start happening. I think that a lot of coaches who work this business and hit diamond, and then all the money doesn't come flying down, they kind of, you know, get discouraged because of the time they're investing, and they're not reaping the benefits. But there's a system to follow. It's the foundation. You have to make it clear to your coaches. Start teaching your coaches how to make money. When you have that, the drive will last longer because money makes people work. It's just the way it is. The passion and the drive will come, but the money needs to be there too. And in the future, we have mentioned, like Leda said, we want these meetings to be star diamond, but we're not going to do that yet because I think everybody's super excited about, you know, coming to these meetings, and you know, we can have a brand new diamond advance to star diamond really quickly. But what I want you to start doing is measuring yourself and stop coming to these meetings the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room, and I don't want to discourage you. Not, you know, don't say, okay, then I'm not going if I didn't advance. No, reach out to your upline and make it happen, like advance. So advancing means, you know, I'll stop with you and say, okay, so you came here today as a diamond, and you know, the next meeting will be probably in another month. You may not be a star diamond, but we want to know what you're doing to get there. How close are you? We need to measure ourselves so that by Super Saturday, you are a star diamond. Because that's when Micki and I and a couple of the other leaders are going to start doing a new recognition program. So you don't want to stay the same. I measure myself. At every Super Saturday, I have a higher rank. That's what I use as my measure, you know, to measure my success. Okay, quarterly rank advancements of leaders, and then we went over the leader roadmap, and we went over it in detail. Raise your hand if you do not know how to fill out the leader roadmap. It's okay. And Hector will sit with you.
She just got back, so.
Yeah, that's fine. And listen, it's okay.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I learned how to fill it out the other day. I'll keep it real. I would fill out the bottom part, and I would leave the top part empty. And you know what? I was missing the meat of the business. Because the meat of that document is the value. That is the compound effect of that document. If you measure that every single month, you're going to understand where you're lacking. And you're going to do things better. And a lot of people just never filled it out. And then we're here at the last quarter, we started filling it out together. And then you realize when you measure how better you can be. So I challenge you to get good at it and teach people on your team. So I think that's enough of a recap from last meeting. Do you have anything you want to add?
Just in reference to, you know, to the measurement, as you pointed out, because that's the only way to limit your growth. So, for example, you know, your call to action right now is when, you know, when you get back home, take a look at your back office and write down where you're at. Take a snapshot. You know, if you just hit diamond and you have just enough coaches to be diamond, then that's how you measure. So when you come back next time, you have two choices. You can either face everything and rise, or you can face everything and run. But in reality, everybody wants to rise. Would you agree with that? Yeah. So fear is a liar. Fear will stop you dead in your tracks so that you can move forward. So when you're feeling afraid about reaching a milestone in business and in your personal life, just know that you're just being attacked. That's what it is to stop you. You know, my biggest fear was 2 years ago when I wasn't when I was battling back and forth about leaving my secure job. But having a secure job gave me that steady income every single week. You know, I had my 401k, I had my medical benefits, I had all that. But I didn't have a life. I was miserable. It was also affecting my health because stress is a huge killer. And and ending up in the emergency room because I thought I was having a heart attack was a wake-up call. But fear was still stopping me about taking that leap to do this full time. Because as that was happening, Team Eagle was growing organically by word of mouth. And as the team was growing, we had a lot of coaches that needed help. And back then the team was much smaller. At that time, there were only 200 coaches. We're now like 5,000. That's crazy. But it was only 200, and it was very frustrating when my team couldn't reach out to me because I was inaccessible. So they would either call Saudi because Saudi took about 1,000 bathroom breaks, and she was able to do that.
Or under a desk.
Or they would call my sister for help. And I felt, not that the word wasn't jealous. It was not that I was jealous.
Like
incompetent?
unwanted, like
Yeah.
they didn't need you no more because they had somebody else.
Not even that. It was much deeper than that. I'm just
I get it.
Incompetent? Like
Yeah.
you had no
You're not
control.
doing enough.
Because you felt like you could do more.
Yeah.
You know that you could do more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because you were in this situation,
Exactly.
you
So,
weren't able to get the time that you needed. I feel the same.
yeah, so
way.
I was stuck. I was
Yeah.
stuck in my business.
Yeah.
Which is what, on the top of this, I was stuck in my business. I couldn't help my team. My team had to call other leaders, which I was very thankful. But I wanted to help my team. Because they were my coaches. And I wanted to help them, but I couldn't. And thank goodness that I did take that leap of faith. And I did go to the other side. Because look where I am today. Had I not faced fear in the face, I would have either still been miserable at Citibank or 6 p.m. One of the two. It was one of the two. But I had to face it. And when you face fear, as long as it doesn't kill you, it's okay to face it. Because just know that there's something better for you out there. And this is what you need to get. You need to activate. Okay. This is where you really need to activate your belief system. When you're feeling like that, you need to connect to the team. And just share what you're feeling. Don't hold whatever you're feeling and don't hold it inside. Our business is not your typical business. It's a very emotional based business. It's very emotional, it's based on relationships. So, it's a little bit different than corporate America. Okay, so, okay. I came across this quote that I found I wanted to share with you. It really stood out, and it says, I want to encourage you all to not let fear stop you. There are things in life that we are absolutely sure about, and there are things that we're not so sure about. And fear, unfortunately, does not discriminate. It will attack and surround anything we are involved in. As long as we keep going, allowing God to go before us, those fears will get a little smaller and eventually decrease. If we allow fear to stop us, then we will never see what God has on the other side of that fear. So, I'm so glad I came to the other side. yourself, because, as I said earlier, you have greatness inside of you. We were all created on purpose and for a purpose. And when you have those sounds, it's just going to stop you. I bumped into, and I don't know if I shared this with you before, but I bumped into an old friend of mine. I hadn't seen him in a hot minute. And she asked me how I was doing. And I said, this is way before, just a few last year sometime. She asked me how I was doing. And I said, that's a very long-winded answer I would have for you. There's so much that has happened. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. And I said, let me just put it to you this way. If God was to call me home today, I know I left a legacy behind. And I know that I would pack up that funeral home. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, that's how confident I feel that I'm living a purpose-driven life. And those that have fear and self-doubt, you are not living a purposeful life. You're not. Because you're allowing the negativity to control you. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to add that, we're talking about fear and people that are toxic in our life and things like that, and, we know to kind of keep those people away. And sometimes the people closest to us are the ones that bring us down. For example, like our own family, because this is like we discussed before. Like, we're a different group, right? Everyone here, like, I think most of us come from immigrant parents, and that they don't know anything else but just do that day to day. Go to work, collect the check, make sure you have food, on to the next day, same routine. So for us to be visionaries, for us to want to live this different life, it freaks them out. And they will do anything possible and say anything possible to try to convince us to not do this thing. Because for them, they see it as it being so risky. So, sometimes like you can't disassociate from those people. Like your family, that you live with them, your mom, dad.
My mother was
Brothers and
my
sisters.
mother was the first one.
Right.
I know.
So it's like just knowing your heart that you are doing the right thing, if this is the right thing for you. Because, don't let any one of us tell you it's the right thing for you. If you know in your heart that this is true for you, then just create that space of acceptance to their opinion. Just like, respect the fact that, like, okay, you disagree and that's great, but I'm going to keep on doing what I do.
I'm glad you said that, because this is where you need to stand up for yourself.
Right.
This is where you need to put a stop to those conversations and don't entertain them.
But that's why I like what you guys said before about listening to the naysayers. And something they're very true is if you look at their lives, how are they doing in their lives? And just like you said, you're going to see that fear has stopped them from reaching their full potential. So that's something, it's good. I'm glad you said that, because now I'm able to, like, I have someone in my team that actually did that to someone else and they pulled away. So I just put it out there right now for that reason. And it's true. It's like they're not doing what they're supposed to do, but they don't want anyone else.
And this is where we control the controller. So in other words, here's a perfect example. When I left my job, my family thought I was nuts. I was nuts, I came from I had a corporate background. If you're gonna do what? You're gonna be on Facebook all day? Like, that didn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It didn't need to make any sense to them. It was to me. This is my life. And it just got to a point like, you know what? I can respect what you're saying, and I'm not going to entertain this conversation any longer. This is what I'm doing, and I need you to respect what I'm doing. Nip it in the butt. That's it. I'm not entertaining it.
That still didn't.
Huh?
That didn't work.
Oh.
Your mother still thinks you're crazy.
No, she no,
Now
actually,
she respects it.
now she respects it. She takes my money now.
Last Sunday, I had that conversation with my mom. I don't know how many times, and I said just like that, like, this is my life. I want to do this. Just respect that. You don't have to, it's not affecting you. She's like, I'm just gonna let you be young and dream. But when you get to money,
That's
you're gonna see
fuel.
reality
That's
for what it is.
That
And
is-
this is the
that
reality.
would, like,
So listen, I looked at her and I felt so bad for her.
No, tell you right now, they are never gonna get it until you're making crazy money and you're giving them some. That is the only way. Up until recently, when I was going to get my mom an apartment and I was gonna pay for it, she didn't respect me. And she treated me like shit. She used to say, "Oh, esta que vende batidita." Yeah, and now, if I tell you how she treats me, like royalty. My mother treats me like I graduated from college and I have a freaking master's.
Nice.
That's how she treats me. But it took 4 years. 4 years and for her to see my bank account. So stop trying to explain yourself. I mean, you need to be so passionate about what you do that what everybody else thinks doesn't matter. You know this business works. I don't need to explain it to you. I don't need to convince you. You already know in your heart that this is where you want to be. So what they say and what they do doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That little boy right there has respected me from day one. That's all I need. I don't need anybody else's approval. Not even my husband. He gets it now, but it wasn't always the case. So remember, guys, do this quietly. You know what's going to happen? They're going to want to know, what the heck are you doing? They're going to want to know, why are you going to these parties? Why are you driving a different car? How are you paying for it? Why are your kids in all these activities when I can't afford it? Show them through your success. Stop trying to convince your family because it does not work. You want to know when her mother believed? When she bought her refrigerator and we got our last bonus last year. That's when she believed. Because now it's really happening. Micki had already quit her job so many years ago. You know? When my mom calls and she tells me she needs $200 and I send it that minute, she believes. That's how they believe. Otherwise, they don't know. They think you have to go to college. The other day, like not even the other day, like a few months ago, she was, drilling in my head, make sure Anthony's going to college because he has to be, I was like, listen, Mom, if Anthony doesn't go to college, he got this. Like, he knows. I mean, my son is going to college, guys, don't get me wrong, but he has a plan B already, and I set that up for him. So stop trying, guys, really. Like, don't expect Carolyn, just do your thing.
Oh yeah, no, I
Right.
do that. That's why I said what I said.
You're going to be successful, and they're gonna want to know, how do I get in?
The only one that you can control is yourself. You need to show them your success. That's it. Let them talk what they want. I had a relative of mine, seriously, not too long ago. He goes, "So how's that pyramid scheme thing going for you?" I said, "It's going great. You should join me." That's it. You think I'm going to sit there and try to convince? I'm not in a convincing business, and I sure am not going to try to convince some, knucklehead, because he's a knucklehead.
Well, but sometimes you get curious, and I asked, I don't know if you guys know Bella Production, David Miller.
Yes.
I know my brother started that business together when they were really young, and I used to be their promoter. And I asked him when we signed them up. I said, David, why did it take you 4 years to freaking join this shit? Like, really? You have the people. And he goes, because I had to see it to believe it. And you know what event did it? Our Latino event. When he saw those pictures, he was like, now I know you guys are for real. I was like, dude, we're the real deal. You need to be a part of it. But look at that. My brother's childhood friend took him 4 years to believe. So be patient. The people that are going to join you 4 years from now are the real business builders. Those are the ones that are going to be really serious about building this because they saw you do it. There's the risk takers, and then there's those that need to see you make it before they decide that they can make it. So think about that. Look at this one taking selfies.
Did you want to say something else?
No, I was gonna say that's what happened with my diamond over there, Liz. Right, Liz? 2 years. It took me 2 years to convince her. Not convince her, but to give her the vision. And she was like, "No, Hector, not right now." She was doing the Herbalife stuff and all that stuff. So I let her be.
No, she didn't.
No, but but hey, listen, that's what they do though.
It made me, it drove me to come to.
Right. I let her. I left her alone a little bit, but I was very annoying in the sense that you can do this, and I gave her the vision. You said, of course?
So you still don't know it.
Always. That's what makes me, man. No, but it does. It takes time. 2 years, and it's people that've been 3 years. I mean, I have challengers that said no to me in 2011 that are coming now. So it's just
It's really like I challenge you to
stay
become
consistent.
your business. Like honestly, like act like you don't want them. Yo, I swear to God, it works. Just act like you really don't want them. Stop being so evil.
I mean, you're so right. I mean, the truth is, I've been with families like in and out. They come into my life and then they leave. They want to know what I'm doing, and then they leave. They become nosy, and yeah, they start talking about Ponzi scheme. They start talking about this, and these are friends, family, people in general. But I definitely do think that we have a lot of energy as individuals, and we want to do great things. You may see your vision, and there's people that are always going to say something about it. And the truth of the matter is, don't put all that energy that you can create towards something positive and something that's going to uplift you later towards them, towards explaining something to them. The truth is, I've explained it plenty of times to people, and yeah, I act like if I don't want you in. And I've had people come back to me and say, okay, can you just order me the T25? I want the T25. Oh, go on the website. Do you have that? Do you have it yet? And it kind of comes off like I'm not really gonna pay no mind to you, and that's just what it is. I really don't want to spend any time with that person because the truth is, it's just it's time consuming, and it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work until they keep seeing what you're going through. So, in order for them to believe, you have to continue working on you.
Be consistent.
Find new blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Because sometimes our biggest frustration is with our warm market.
Yeah.
When people ask me how did I get all my success with my elite points so fast, it's because I stayed in the new. I invested in my new blood all damn year, and that shit pays off. There's a reason why you need to stay in the new. Always. Not that you're gonna turn your back on the old, because you're always gonna be there. But your energy and all of your like excitement needs to be in the new.
Building leaders. Okay.
Last time?
That's the
So this is a little bit about self-doubt, and again another quote that I found on the web is I'm exhausted today hearing about people doubt themselves. It's very it drains me when I hear a lot of people that have all the self-doubt. Because as Sally says, our energy really, you need to put your energy with those that truly want it. And it's not to say that you can turn your back completely on people that do have self-doubt, but you have to put your energy, and you have to divide your energy amongst the different type of coaches that you have. For example, the energy that I give to Coach A is completely different from Coach B.
honestly, if you stay in the new, the old, you'll always want to know what you're doing with the new. You see why I always post pictures of my meetings? That's honestly how I get my older coaches to want a partner. That's just I don't even have to invite them to a meeting. It's like as soon as they see me meeting with a few new coaches, they're like, okay, how do I get a day with you? And it happens.
I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but
You have it.
Good,
Yeah, it's really
I could have read it.
but I like what it says here. It says, that if you're truly stuck at something, or if you suck at something in your business, then what do? You got to get better at it. But sometimes what will happen is, if there's something in your business that you're not excelling too well, how many, and keep it real, how many of you guys was like, give up on it? Like, you know what, I'm just not going to do this. That's your honesty. And I'm sure there's people in here that are not being honest. It's real. You don't have to raise your hand, but the truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter is that if you want to excel at something, then invest in that something. I mean, not that I want to jump, but I think it's a great time to talk how do I get better at that? Like, how do I get better at helping other people find their why? Oh, so I invested in a program because I help with that. That's it. Because you can want something what you want, and you want to sell at something, but if you don't take action towards that, then it's never going to happen. Because most of the coaches in this organization, not just Team Eagle, like all the beach body, the reason why they're getting stuck in their business is because there's no vision and there's no why. It's just, I mean, sometimes you can be like, oh, how can she come together with a why? But really, it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. I have a team member that their why has been, shifting, so they feel stuck because they don't know what they're working toward. So when I heard the individual say that, I felt stuck because I'm like, how do I help them? So I'm helping them, and so I invested in the training with Simon Sinek. You guys heard of Simon Sinek? Yeah. So I invested in his Y University to help me, so I can help the team. So,
Micki.
anything else I want to say out here?
Micki.
Yes.
I just want to say something.
Yes.
I don't relate with anything about the family not liking it. First of all, because my family is not around here, and they were always supportive of whatever I did. I was a dentist back in Brazil, and I left everything to come here and whatever with a suitcase and everything. So they respect that, no matter what, they respect. And in my downline, I know a lot of people have these problems with the family, the husbands, they don't like it, they don't want it, they don't know what they're spending this time. But what I feel, and I don't want your opinion, is my downline, they have like a lot of trouble dealing with failure. Like this one here was so used to have like success, but 50, 40 something, 60 something. And now she's not there, of course. Like
She exceeded her Walmart.
but she's still in 20, 10 every month, and she's so down. Like, she's like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. I'm gonna die here or something. So what happens is the challenge is like, quitting, canceling, your discount coach is canceling it, and they don't know how to deal with it. Like, if now I was like that before too. If someone, oh, I need to cancel, and I go like, oh my God. Yeah. And now if they call and say, oh, I'll cancel, I ask why. I try to do my best. I try to talk to them. Okay, you can cancel. I'm here. You come back anytime you want. And I just go ahead and move to the next. And I don't know how, like, to me, this is natural now. I just go ahead and move to the next. But for them, it's not.
Okay, can I give you an example?
Yes,
You
please
were at
help.
the Diamond Leadership. You weren't at the Diamond Leadership training.
No, my
I
daughter
want
has
you to
this.
watch the video. because
I
he
am. I won't mean it for
Okay.
7.
Let me tell you, congratulations on getting successful, but that was not working smarter. What that is you're just selling, and that's not what we do when you want to grow an empire. When you want to, and Audrey is one of our. She's elite. She's qualified for elite 5-star diamond. She started just like you. That's an amazing thing that you did. But now you're going for the bigger, right? For the bigger picture. I want you to start sitting down with George. And he may not be your upline, but he's very talented with showing you how you can maximize your income. Now, my suggestion, I'm not going to get too into this, but I would talk to you more about what he shared, what Jeff Hill shared. All you need is one of those people to sell one challenge pack. Okay? Let's say you have 10 people, and 2 of those people sell challenge pack. Do the math. How much is 3 times 90? Okay, what's happening? You're growing your volume. If you do that every month, you will guarantee be a 6-figure earner by the end of the year. It doesn't matter how many people you bring in. What matters is that you hit success with 5 or 10, and you can make the decision. You hit 5 in your business center and maybe 5 in your spouse or somebody, because I hope you have somebody signed up. Split your people, manage that account, okay? And this is something George can go more in depth with you, so that you can maximize your income. You can easily turn that commission check into residual income. All right, so that's some of the stuff we're going to go more hands in as we proceed in these meetings. But I'd rather you have a one-on-one with him so you don't mess anything up, and just go back to those people and start reforming them. Because in those, you were hitting 50, 60, there has to be at least 20 20 people in there that will make it happen. But you need to dedicate the time. So dedicate the time to that and stop focusing on getting 50 points because that's not going to build you. That's just going to give you instant cash that has no meaning or value at the end of the day. What you want is to build a solid foundation to grow residual income every single month.
Because how hard? I mean, that's a lot of work, right, to get all those points. So
It'll burn you out.
it does run you out. So the way our commissions, and then touch upon this, but the way to work with commission is you want your commission to be like this, and team cycle to be here. You don't want commission to be here and team cycle here. You want the cycle to be much more. Perfect example. When I was away for 10 days this past summer, I totally disconnected. Well, with the exception of posting some pictures to create vision and what this business has done for me, but I wasn't doing invites. I wasn't doing any of that. I just totally, disconnected. And I wasn't worried about my weekly commission because I knew my team cycle was there. I had like zero weekly. I didn't do any new business, and that was fine because I knew I had the team cycle. But if we're only working on the retail side, and you go away,
Burn out.
you burn out.
All retail coaches burn out. And Audrey, you want to share from that real quick? Because Audrey was a retail coach for the first 2 months, I'd say, 3 months, right? And then you
Probably
woke up.
longer than
I think I text you a picture of my check and it was like all residual.
Yeah, I mean, it's really frustrating. And the most fulfilling thing is seeing your team doing it for themselves and helping them. But I shoot for 10. After 10, if I get more, I get more, but then I'm done. And it's all about making sure my team gets there.
Get 10 and then help your team get successful. That's what it's all about.
I'll send you some stuff that before you get a meeting with George, there's an income calculator that you can show her exactly how many people she needs just doing one challenge pack. And she'll get there really quick because she has a people.
So fear, right? So we agree that fear is why we get stuck in our business. Self-doubt, another reason why we get stuck in our business. And the third one,
She's more paralysis.
what the heck does that mean?
I'm
Are you? What is it?
Just do.
Analysis paralysis is when you overthink some decision you want to make for an extended period of time. You're overthinking it so much that you just stay stuck there. You don't decide one way or another. You're just stuck.
Because you want to master it all, right?
Exactly.
Before you dive in.
How many overthinkers we have in here?
Uh-oh, we found our problem. We found our problem.
What that? What's changed? Yeah. If you take a look at like the top coaches in the organizations, they're not overthinkers.
Uh-oh.
And I can speak for myself. Honestly, I just fucking work. Like, I don't even know where my friends come from, to be honest. Like, I just work with my people.
Can I do
Go
it?
on, do it.
Because of what you did to me yesterday.
Oh.
Can you believe she did it to me? She did, like seriously.
What did she do?
Wait, is the bus moving?
How many boyfriends did you
No,
have?
Oh, she's talking about you.
All she sent me was an inbox message. It says download Tinder.
Oh.
I thought it was just another, like following people on my business.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't want to sit there.
Let's talk about it.
I'll stand up.
That's just an excuse because he broke the laptop.
I don't want to sit you crazy.
No.
So anyhow, so she told me to download this thing Tinder, and this is what happens when you trust people, right? When you trust people, you do what they tell you, right? So she recommended Tinder, so I downloaded it. So I go online, I go to this thing, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. I'm like, I don't have time for this because I need to hit successful. So I just totally disregarded it. I didn't even go in there. She didn't tell me what it was. And then yesterday I get an inbox from some dude. And he said, hi, you know, I saw your profile on Tinder, you have a beautiful smile. I'm like,
You must be in a really bad
and
mood
I was
for
like,
her.
what the heck is this? You know, and then I told her, I said, you know, it's not some guy, and I still didn't get it, by the way.
And I go, did you set up your profile so the right guy could find you? And you were like, what? What are you talking about?
I was too focused, you know, getting ready for today that I didn't pay no mind until last night. I saw her status making fun of me. So then I went to Google. I'm like, Tinder, what's Tinder? I'm like, oh. She got you.
But you didn't see like all the guys.
She
Were
thought
you
it
thinking what?
was she thought it was
All I did was download it,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of looked at it. I'm like, this looks so confusing. And then I didn't pay mind to it. I really didn't. Maybe if the guy was good looking, I would have responded, but you know.
You gotta set your profile so the right guy can
I'm not sending no damn. I deleted that thing. Crazy lady. So I'm gonna throw her under the bus now because she did that to me. So you know how she says that all she does is work. That's all she does is work. Like not too long ago, she goes, "All right, Micki, how am I doing with the needs?" And I'm like, she did not ask me that. Like, but she really did. So she sends me her. I'm looking at her lead. I'm like, dude, like.
She has to live for 2 people.
Exactly. She goes, well, can you explain this to me again? And I'm like, seriously, Saudi?
I honestly don't know where they come from. I kind of get it now because I wrote it down, but I just work my business. I just Jeremy told me one day, because he knows how I am, and we were working together and building. He's like, Saudi, all you need to do is make sure your team is hitting successful. And how do you measure that so that you know you're increasing every month? Well, give yourself a challenge. Create buckets for all your coaches, and I did that because I'm visual. I could do that part, but don't talk to me about calculating the numbers and this, that, and ATV and whatever. That's Chinese to me. So he says create buckets and measure yourself and make sure that you're doubling the amount of coaches hitting successful. That's simple, stupid to me. That's how I do it. That's how I've done it, and that's how a lot of the top coaches are. So I always tell Micki, I think really what makes me successful in this business is that I'm stupid enough to just do shit. I don't care. I just do it. I never had fear. I never had to deal with, oh my God, I'm scared. If the post makes me scared, I love that shit. It drives me. I post it even faster, you know? So I think that's where it all stemmed from. You know, I posted the cleanse. I didn't even know what it was going to do, who I was going to get, or what was going to be the outcome. I just did. And I think that's what stops a lot of us. Overthinking, and the things you're overthinking is what works. It really is. So I'm glad that I did that way, because it's sure paying off.
So the bottom line is for next year, just focus on new blood.
Yep.
Make sure your new blood is hitting success club.
Make them
And create buckets. If they're hitting success club 1, guys, you don't understand. That is 90 PVs. Now you're in here. You're not out here anymore hustling. When you have someone getting 90 PVs, then that person gets 90, and then God knows that person, that's all yours. A lot of you think that the people you're bringing, your people are bringing in are not yours, but they are. That's all your volume. I'm sure if you're on our left leg, you see our volume. You benefit from all that if you came in after. So don't disregard what's below, because what's below can easily rise you to the top.
So everybody wants to be elite this year, so
Yeah, that's the other one.
yeah. Focus on your movies, guys. Focus on your movies.
Just make
Okay.
it
Alright, so those are the reasons why we do stuff. Fear, self-doubt, analysis, paralysis. So how do you get out of it? How do you get out of it? Can you get the next slide, please? Okay. So life wants you to win. And you gotta get out of your own way. And how do you do that? It's lights, camera, action. You gotta take action. If you have dreams, guys, and you look at the next slide, I think.
Next slide.
You know what? I'm gonna fire Hector.
This is about action. Control the control.
Okay, right. So take action. We all have dreams. Yes? We all have
Yes.
dreams. You've got goals, and the goal is for you to believe in yourself so that you can achieve the success that you're envisioning. But you gotta believe that.
So I like that, the bottom is says control and control. And this is something that corporate does with us. They green flag us. out the goodness in you. And this right here is what has kept us together. Literally. So when we say control the controllable, don't just think of it as control the controllable. There's meaning to it. It means that you're putting the energy for success, for a successful day ahead of you. So when you tell your team, what is your controllable goal? That's something you can control. You can control how many people you're going to message. You can control how you're going to look that day. You can control, like, there's so many little things that can lead to huge things. And I think that that's one thing that has helped us this week especially. Huge. You know?
And my coaches have heard me talk about control,
Yeah.
control,
Mine
because,
too.
you know, I had, yeah,
Yes.
I
In our meetings.
I had, yeah, I had some diamonds, that a lot of diamonds, you know, I rolled 2 diamonds last week. So one of them sends me a message apologizing that she that they were my goal. And I'm like, it doesn't bother me. And I said, the goal that I wanted to achieve at the end of this year is not going to happen, and I'm okay with it. It wasn't meant to be. Why? You know, I focus on the controllable, you know, and that's it. But when we start focusing, that's when we get frustrated, because we want to control the things that we can't control. You know, so there it is, guys. You gotta take action, and just every week, give yourself a controllable goal. Every week, give yourself a controllable goal that's gonna help you achieve your overall goal.
And let your team know, like, I hope you all have, like, a chat with your leaders. Let them know, you know, my controllable goal, like, you know, one of the things that I find have helped me a lot is that who I am in private is who I am with my team, whether they're new or old. You know, I don't treat, you know, I may have a deeper connection with my diamonds because they know me longer, but my newer coaches that are getting my time, like, I'm who I am with them. So if I find a breakthrough like this has been a breakthrough for me. Like, once you start applying this, you're gonna see what this does to you. And then what happens is if you bring this to your team and they're all doing these baby steps, what do you think that's gonna do for your business? Like, I don't hold anything in. As soon as I talk to Kim, I'm messaging my guys. I'm telling them what, you know, what inspired me, or, you know, if I'm doing something different. And then that keeps them going. You know, you can't think that they're gonna do it on their own, because they don't. They don't have the vision that we may have yet. Or maybe they have all that negativity or the self-doubt or all that stuff. It's all obstacles that come in the way that stop them. And when they stop them, you're like the oxygen that keeps them going. You know, so this one is really good.
That's a action. Okay. And the second one is accountability. You like that one? Oh no, it was a good jump.
No, because I pressed it on time.
Oh, okay.
You want kudos.
So accountability. You will only hold yourself accountable for goals that others know about. So you've got to tell someone what you're up to. That's what success comes in. And that's why a lot of people don't want to share their goals. Because if they don't share it, they're not being held accountable for it. And then they stay in the safe zone.
You know, what happens is that goals are really not meant to be met. That's a secret. They really aren't meant to be met. Goals are there to mold you into what you want so you can actually achieve it.
So that goes to what she said. That we were brought up. That if we say something,
Yeah.
that it's not going to happen. You got to keep it to yourself. That God, you know, if it doesn't happen, then you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And that's how we all got brought up. Because I know coming from a Latin community,
Yeah, it's limited beliefs.
it's limited beliefs, absolutely. So it's like if you put it out there, it's like you're going to tell too many people, then they're going to try to shoot it down. So we got told all this negativity, but in reality, we believed it. So when we got older, we didn't implement it until now that we start visualizing that other people, you got to say what you got to say in order
That's
to
a
grow.
good point. It's true.
No, I just want to say about that, letting people know what you're doing. I did the reset, and I wasn't like I ordered it. I wasn't really prepared to start on the 29 as they did, but I went out and I did my shopping and I posted every single day. I did the reset with perfection. Perfection on every single meal because I was posting every day. People were waiting for my pictures. I got a bunch of inbox. Everybody saying, "It looks beautiful, this, what is that?" I never cheated. I never messed up. I went from beginning to end, like even with my daughter in the hospital for 5 days in surgery and everything. I brought my distilled water in a gallon and everything, and I did to the end because I was being accountable for all those people watching.
Can I tell you something? You may know or you may not. But that right there is something that has such a power.
No, it does.
In so many levels. I mean, not even in nutrition or fitness. What you did is that you overcame every single obstacle.
Every single, and I felt so powerful, so powerful. I was thirsty in the hospital because my water was out. I had nobody. I was there alone all the time and stuff. And I felt like I'm not drinking the other one because that's not the one I'm supposed to drink. And I'm a coffee addict and everything, and I felt like beyond awesome. And I was so glad I was able to go to the end and do everything because people were watching. So it was.
What's gonna happen to you in this 2015 is scary because
I hope it is
that
because
right
I'm
there,
ready.
nothing's gonna stop you. No, seriously, that's big. Simple.
I had a question. What if your coaches don't share goals? As much as they say they want it and you're sharing your goals, they're not sharing that. How do you politely?
Mine don't always share it, honestly.
But even between success partners. Like
With
one
each
shares,
other?
the other one doesn't.
You mean with your success partner or with
In
two other
general.
coaches in general? You know, as a leader, what you can do if they're both yours is honestly just keep it real. Like I've been doing that with my coaches. They probably think I'm crazy. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, give me your goals. You need to give it to me. Is it okay if I hold you accountable? Like, you have to just be you. A lot of times, like, I used to kind of like, I never wanted to offend them, and I was always trying to be as proper as I could. And you know what? They didn't take advantage, but I couldn't get through to them. So I couldn't get the best out of them because I didn't have the right information. So it's very important. Maybe get them to write their story. Did they write their story? They did. So then, yeah.
And that's the thing. So I tried the nice way, and I tried the keeping it real, and then I'm seeing like I'm not being friendly enough. I'm not being. So it's like
I think
sword for me.
I think what you should do is what Micki said once: ask permission to hold
And
them accountable.
And I've been using that ever since we met with him.
I think I know what you're talking about, and I think it's a personal thing, and I think you just need to work on that part, build a relationship with that person. It's okay to do that if that's your choice. It's who I think it is, and it's worth it. Build a personal relationship because there's a barrier there. Off each one.
Yeah.
What else?
Do you think that's a good answer, guys? Can you help her with that? Because I mean, maybe my answer is not good enough.
It's always about personal relationship. My personal is always like, I don't have all my coaches that work like that all the time or share like that all the time. So for me, I just stay consistent with what I do. Because if you stay consistent with what you do and you share what you do, eventually they'll be like, damn, I got to participate somehow.
But I think, how about from the leader? It's a leader.
Yeah.
If it's a leader, and there's maybe I think working on the person.
But sometimes even if they're a leader, sometimes it's their, listen.
You had a similar cruise.
Yeah, I think it's more the personal development part because it doesn't matter, like if I'm showing up and I'm showing them what I'm doing, but they're still in their own little world. They're still doing whatever it is that they want to do. They don't want to just plug in. So I think they have to get personal development big time.
Start making videos in the timing because I saw something shift with Shelly's video on a lot of people that I never heard from before, and I think it's because they need that personal connection, not just from me and Micki. They need it from all of you. I think that video that Shelly made was powerful. It was about love. It was about what you're talking about, and I think that maybe coming from you, posting it in general, and that person sees it, because you're freaking.
I think she should also find another leader that is doing it to do the same thing she does, but in a different perspective.
But the thing is with her, the disconnect is with her.
But that's the thing. Sometimes when you have a accountability problem, you get it from another angle. Maybe that person might respond. Maybe she doesn't respond to her, but she might respond to somebody else because she maybe doesn't relate to her.
You're right. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And then you get somebody else to say the same thing in their words.
Man.
Have you gotten down and dirty with them? Do they know the real you? Like, have you connected? Because I know that when I kept my story to myself, I was seeing less of a connection. And when they really saw me cry, and they really saw me dig deep, they were like, and then they started coming and moving towards me. Do they know the real
Well, I
Sophia?
had my passion parties and I've shared my why
But she wasn't there.
with somebody else. It's a few. So that's why I'm bringing it up because it's a few.
Because I know even when we had the diamond retreat last year, there were people in the room that I was like, oh God, I gotta spend the whole weekend with this person. And then when that person, I'm
Hey, she's doing it already.
Oh, for real?
Now she loves me. Now she loves me. Now she loves
No,
me.
I agree because I told Hector the same thing. I was like, you were driving me nuts at one point, and as soon as I got to know the real Hector, that's it. He could figure
Yeah.
whatever he wants. There's nothing that he could do to make me not feel the way I feel about it.
Yeah, and when it got down to that point and the person shared their story, I was coming to when I was feeling this way. Like, I related to them, and that changed a lot. Maybe like having a one-on-one, Audrey does that a lot with her telling. She goes and meets them in coffee shops that we've obviously learned
Yeah,
from our
I do
leaders.
that.
And connect, and this is why Audrey's business is where it's at right now.
Do you have a personal relationship with her coaches?
Yes.
Build with them and let her see that you're friends with them, and then they're gonna come around like my team likes her and is hanging out with her. I need to give this relationship a second thought.
That kind of backfired on me
She thought you were
because she thought because her
It's
people
all
were
crazy.
coming to me
Yeah.
and asking me for help, and then she felt like they didn't need her. and
always
I was trying
invite
to take
her. Did you
Yeah.
invite her?
I invited her to everything she's never been.
Yeah, she actually approached her like I'm one of those like, why are you trying to take my coach?
She
Yeah,
said,
when you get that.
Sounds
no
like a
PT.
territorial thing.
No
Yeah.
PT. No PT.
That's why I did that. I tried and I talked to them, but then I tried to tell her again. Remember, this is team beach vibes. It's not just you.
But
It's not Micki Beach Vibes.
There's no PD there. But I'll
Yeah.
tell you one thing. What's gonna happen is that eventually she's gonna need you. And what she's doing to
Yeah, they're
you
reaching out
is
to
going
her.
to be done to her. Karma, I'm sorry,
That's right.
it exists.
Well, your
and
kids
it's sad
eventually
because
wind
then
up
when
back
they're
on you.
going through that, that's when you're like, because you're a good person, you're still gonna feel for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at that point, you're like, told you so. You know.
I think I really do think that when you just can't get enough information from someone, I think it's best just to give them a break and just go after the next person. That's what I've been doing lately because there's just some people that they don't want to talk about certain things, but they just want you to be there. And I'm realizing that it's more about space, and maybe they're going through something, and sometimes people don't like to share certain things, and it is what it is. But I just move on to the next. And if I lose them as a coach, then they weren't meant to be. I mean, this is just the reality of things. I can't keep kissing people behind and just keep behind them and just praying for them to stay with me. If they want to stay, they stay. If they don't, they don't. If they want to share, they
You
share.
know what works? Subliminal messages.
Yeah.
That shit works. Like you see random things on my wall, people really think, oh, she's having a problem with her man or something or whatever. But really it isn't. It's just sending subliminal messages because they read. The ones that do that to us read every single post. So you want to post something, that's going to probably help them, and inbox them personal development videos. Like, you guys wouldn't believe, but some of my top leaders never wanted to do personal development. When I started, remember we had Boxer? I would send them in the morning. They would start chatting. Oh, hello, good morning, whatever. And I'll just send a personal development video. And like the daily messages from Darren Hardy, whatever, who started sending them to me. So I subscribe every single morning. I post one of those in my chat, especially when they get chatty about personal stuff. Boom, I throw that in there, and then we can chat again. But they need that first because when they see that, they're gonna see, okay, so I can't be in here talking shit all day because I need to get this done, you know. So do that. Just send them. Just keep sending them and hope that one day they open one, because all it takes is one. She's not reading personal law.
I'm gonna read something to you guys. You see how we're going through sharing some of our challenges. As you most of you know, Sally and I are in the wall, and the wall is a private page on Facebook. Five-star and above, and all the top coaches are in there. Contact is in there, and a lot of things that we share on the team page comes from the wall. So they share ideas, they give tips, but they also share frustrations as well. And when I read what they share, I'm like, okay, so we're normal, right? So I was going to share something that Barbie, and I meant to copy and paste yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to do it, but this is what she posted. She said, Leah shared this quote on our Diamond page, and I have to share it with all of you. I spent several years, much of my years in the business doing this. Finally decided to let it go this year and work with Willie. This quote, while not very eloquent, really provides direction. Some are just not willing, no matter how much we nurture and how much we invest in them. I finally get it, I hope. Letting go has made space and re-energized me. So here's the quote. You know what happens when you keep trying to make chickens fly? You get chicken shit all over you.
I like that one.
I mean, start looking at your organization. For example, I'm gonna keep it really weird.
Some will never.
Yeah, they just.
We have to accept it.
Yeah, and honestly, the ones I nurture the most are the ones that don't deliver.
I hope this quote.
And why they get jealous of each
Chicken
other?
shit. Stop being a chicken shit, man.
Spending more time with this one, you're not spending this time. I sometimes feel like this. Like, they think I'm giving more attention to one than to another.
You know what you should do? I'm gonna give you. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to for next week. There's some kind of a software that the wall they keep talking about, and they love it. Where I think Audrey and are you guys using it? Where people can schedule their appointments with you.
Oh, Melanie Mitchell.
Melanie Mitchell uses it. Barbie uses it.
Acuity.
Schedule it.
Acuity?
So, yeah, you send it to
Acuity.
She said it in one of her live stuff.
It's so good because then they schedule, right? And I'll tell you, this will do wonders for your business because honestly, you need to be meeting with your team. If you want this to really make it happen and you have such a big dream and such a huge vision, you need to be meeting with them weekly. The face-to-face is so important. It's better than Zoom, I'm telling you. Zoom is great for those that are far away, but that personal, like they get to know you, they feel your energy. You know, I got really close to meeting 15 Star last week. I might make it next week. If it happens, it happens. And I think that it was the passion that my diamonds have for me that made it happen. Because when we met at our coffee shop, Micki and I did it was like a speed dating because we wanted to know if we should run for this or not. And we literally sat with our team and we asked them, you know, what their goals were. Because there's no reason for me to want something if they don't want it. And I just really asked them from the bottom of my heart, should I go for this? Are you gonna run with me? Are you willing? Like I kept it so real, and it was probably one of the best meetings we've ever had, right? And you know, we had some level deep diamonds, and we were just everybody was there. And honestly, like I feel that meeting in person is what has helped my diamonds shift, because I think that the fact that I dream so big and I have such a huge vision gives them so much hope and so much vision that they don't let go, because it's easy for them to let go because it's so far-fetched for them. So meet with your team, really, and just ask them. And let them know what your goals are, too.
And that, you know, that, and now coming to the new year is a perfect time, you know, to do it. Once you set what when you fill out your leader roadmap, and you determine what your goals are really based on your team's goal, right? So let's say, for example, you know, you want to aim for 5-star, 10-star, whatever your goal is. You need to know who they are. But you need to know who they are. So before you actually fill out your top goal and leader roadmap, you need to have that face-to-face with your coaches. And then based on what they tell you, that's when you know what your goal is. think what will happen, I'm sure, as we're inviting people, we're going to find more business builders. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, about business builders. So, you can always, add on, 2 more in there because they're going to pop up because we're going to treat this business a little bit more differently next year to help us identify more business builders. Because I think we all want more business builders.
And a really simple, stupid secret is when you put those names down in your leader roadmap, find out who their emeralds are and become their BF. That will hold you.
That's the website.
That will literally. Oh, good. Thank you. Can you post it in the diamond chat also later? That will literally hold your status, and it will keep you afloat longer because working levels deep is where it's at because that leader will never quit. If you work with your leaders' emeralds and below, you'll always hold your status. And you want to make sure they're here, like in these events. Like if you have a diamond, like send them a personal text and let them know. And even your upline, like if your upline is not coming, like let them know. Listen, why aren't you coming? Like my upline, I freaking babysit him. I'm always trying to make sure that he's at events and that he's doing what he has to do. Like I think sometimes we think, oh, our upline is our upline, but you know what? Having them here with you is important. So even at like Super Saturdays and stuff like that, like make sure that you're all going as a team, as a whole. Send those personal text messages when we have events. Like challenge yourself. Like a few days before any event, I'm sending text messages. I know some of you got messages from me last night, making sure that you were coming.
At 1:45 in the morning. Okay, so let's go back to
So taking action and accountability. And everyone in here, as a leader, needs an accountability partner. I've heard, even some of my leaders like, oh yeah, I have a couple. I have like 5 of them. No, that doesn't work. You're all over the place. You need one. Like my accountability partner is Sally. That's it. Yeah, maybe perhaps when we're doing the fall classic,
Because we can enroll
Yeah.
together.
because we can enroll together. For the fall classic, for example, Jamie was my success partner. What came out of it? She became a
That's
diamond.
my data. My accountability partner for the class.
That's what happened. And then what happened? Jamie started working really close also with Juan, and now they're success partners.
Oh my God! And then Lena and Juan too.
Yeah, and they all and then Jamie. Yeah, Jamie.
What are you asking?
And Jamie, I did George hit diamonds. Jamie and Juan started. I got all these men on my team.
Yeah, it's like women.
I have a question about that. Do you have to find somebody who's aligned with the work that you do?
No.
Schedule it? Because
It has to be somebody on the team that you like.
I have tried. They have excuses.
So hold on to that.
You need to find an accountability. You need to find an accountability partner. Give me 1 second. You need to find an accountability partner that will not entertain your bullshit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's hard because the minute I get up, I'm supposed to take a minute, even when I'm driving, I'm supposed to do it, and I'm always.
Oh, I got a ticket with 5 points, so you better chill with that.
I did too, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm working 24/7. I get up.
So that partner that you have, that's not a success partner. That's
I'm
not.
doing it on my own.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no patience to have a success partner. The only reason why she is my success partner is because we're friends. That's why. Because honestly, I'm driven, and you know what? No, really. Like I'm serious. I know what I have to do. Like I don't need somebody to be. Okay, yeah, of course. Now that we have built our friendship, now I see that I do, have benefit from her being my success partner because I probably wouldn't have made certain things. And where I'm weak, she's strong. Where she's strong, I'm weak. But that didn't happen overnight. It was built through friendship. So what I'm saying is, stop looking for somebody. Yeah, that person needs to be that kind of attitude that holds you accountable. But at the same time, you need to like the person, and it needs to be somebody that you have something in common with, and that you enjoy being around. This is real life, okay? You're building something for your future. So don't just look for a success partner because, okay, we told you you need one, and this is Beachbody, and this is what we do. Find a new friend that you want to build a relationship with that can become that kick-ass person that's going to be with you all the time and kind of do things with you and hold you down. So does anybody here not have a success partner?
Oh, she got one.
She got it.
I don't think I'm gonna find one.
You don't have a success partner, but you're always with Cruz. I think it was cruising on. So Cruz belongs to other women. Huh?
Yeah.
No, my success partner is mom.
But she's your coach. You want to be success partners, please?
We could.
Cruz is no joke. I know she is. Okay, so that's right. Okay. She'll be like,
Who else
did you
needs
close?
a success partner?
You have one? You need one?
I had one, but she's going through some stuff, so I rather.
Do you guys like each other? Like, let's keep it real.
Yeah.
You and I forget her name, Jennifer.
Sorry, what if we did like each other? I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real. One more. It has to be.
Are you willing to work as hard as I'm willing to work?
Nobody knows. No, but nobody knows that until you guys talk about it. Nobody's gonna know how hard you work
No,
until
that's
it's
not
actually.
the right. See, that's not the right way to go.
That's the wrong way.
That's the wrong way.
That's the wrong way to put it.
I don't know. And I just were like, I need this and this and that, and I say that's not how you're supposed to look for a.
No, I'm telling you, it has to be like you need to shop for a wife. Literally, if you were gay, would you like her? No, seriously, like, Cruz, how do I match my coaches? Do you want to have her as a wife? That's how I do it. Like, I wife them.
Exactly.
No, she won't go. She feels like straight up.
Yeah, you need to want to
Do
be
you
her
want
wife.
this person? Yes or no? No? Okay, move on.
Okay.
It's like cops. You know, when they have partners, they're like, that's how partners go.
Yeah, you have to like the person.
You have to like each other. You have to
Like,
schedule.
Melissa and Unides had a wedding and everything.
A wedding.
No.
They did. It was so cute.
I just get up and no matter what.
That's very sweet.
The world is. I don't care what's going on.
That's a great
So the bottom line, so here's another call to action. The first call to action is that you need to write down where you're at today with your business, right? And when you come back to the second meeting, you want to see growth.
Yes.
And you're going to share what that growth is. Your second call to action is start doing your homework and find a success partner. That's your second call to action. Okay? All right, let's move right along. So the first three reasons that we spoke about why you're stuck, right? Is that fear, self-doubt, and analysis paralysis. What about lack of motivation? There's no drive. So it may not be that you have fear. It may not be the first thing that we said. It could just be a lack of motivation. There's no drive. Anybody feel like that? Sometimes it's okay. So what needs to happen? You need to connect or reconnect to your why. And there's no motivation.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It resonated? Yeah. So, and then once you connect with that why, or reconnect in some cases, because in some cases, some coaches don't even have a why. In some cases, you might have lost focus and you just need to reconnect with it. And then once you do that, then you implement action and accountability.
And don't confuse your goals with your why. You know, you need to write your story because there's many goals, right? We put out many goals. You know, we may want a house, we may want to go on vacation, like you may want to be a star diamond. Those are just goals that you achieve working your business.
But why do you want that?
Yeah, why? You need
Why?
to dig deeper, and it comes from your story. It comes from your upbringing. So you got to go back there, find forgiveness in that, and then you'll find that everything you've been through in life, whether it's good or bad, because some people think, "Oh, I don't have struggle. I don't have." Let me tell you, the ones that don't have struggle have struggle. Somewhere, somehow, something happened to you, or someone was a certain way with you that impacted your life, that makes you who you are today, and you do things, why you do them, how you do them. Everything has a reason. And it's like we walk around empty and in limbo, not knowing why we do things. Like, I never knew why I feed my children first. I always use this story. I always feed them first, and I always make sure that I eat the scraps. You know why? Because when I was growing up, my mother used to feed my stepfather first. And I hated my stepfather. And he got better food than us because he used to work in meat stuff, whatever. So he would bring like big slabs of meat and big slabs of chuleta. My brother and I always most of the time had chicken, and he'll have the big old steak or the big old chuleta with tostones. I love tostones, but my brother and I had to eat rice and beans. Do you know what that did to me? And I didn't know this until I wrote my story, and it's not in my story. But when I went there and I started to talk about my upbringing and the things that happened to me as a kid growing up, I realized why I'm the way I am. And I'm a very good mother, and I do things for my kids because of my upbringing. And what happens is when you get to know those things, then you understand your coaches. Now you can be a leader. Because every single coach you have on your team has part of your why. I guarantee it. Everything in your past, everything in your story. When we had our Diamond event, I didn't even know what to say to them. Because when I look at them, I know exactly what part of my life to go to. It's that deep. And that will come to you also. You got to write your story, and then you get to this. And then you wake up in the morning with this drive that you're not going to care, you're not going to overthink, you're not going to overanalyze, because it's deeper than your goals, it's deeper than what we want. It's what we were designed and what we were born to do.
Does this make all sense, guys? Yeah.
How many of you haven't written your story?
Happened.
Oh, come on.
I haven't written it out. I mean, I got my story. I just haven't written it.
Oh, you in trouble.
Listen,
Can you find it now?
look. It's right here. Look, I just haven't written it like in paragraph. I got bullet points all over the
I like
place.
that. I have a little book.
I work with bullet points.
You can give that book to your own.
Well, like I said, and I shared it with in our last Diamond chat. Last Monday, I connected with my Diamonds every Monday, and I said, I want to apologize for not holding you guys accountable for your whys. And I want to help the team really dig deep and really find the real why. And in order for me to do that, and I'm like, why am I so passionate about that? Because every time I talk about the why, I don't know if you guys kind of feel it, but I'm very passionate about it. Because the why is a purpose, why we were created. So I want to help my team. And I was feeling stuck, because I shared how I did it, I gave the outline, I wrote out my story, and it's on Team Eagle, the layout of it, but not even that was motivating the team to do that. So I feel that I need more. And so to do more, that's why I invested in the Y University to help my team. And
No, go ahead, keep talking.
No, we're just ready for the next one.
oh, okay.
No, keep talking.
Oh, I see.
Don't focus on me.
Okay. So it boils down, it boils down to your story, guys. This is a relationship business, and your driving force is your why. It's not the goals. It's not the income. It's the why do you want that? Why do you want, that quarterly payout? Why? Like, why do you want that? So
Reverse
yes.
engineering.
Huh?
Reverse engineering.
Reverse engineering. Yes. So yes, Kelly.
Can I say thank you for posting that? I was like, you helped me figure out my why, and I get emotional, but it was so helpful. I explained different stuff.
Thank you.
After we had that, the next time, it was something that I had to figure out who I was and why I wanted this, and I just focused on that. And it was like, what is it that you want me to do? Like, what does God want me to do? So that, I think the layout is something a lot. So thank you for that.
Thank you. See, even my annulment process served a purpose in this team, because that's where I got the links. That's why I got the why, writing up the story. So everything we go through in life has a purpose. So
And another secret we always say, okay, it's for you, it's for you. But honestly, you're going to see beyond it when you give it to your coach, miss SmackDowns when I read my coach's story. Because when I read a lot of their stories, I understood them and I saw where I failed as a leader. Because what happens is there's certain things they're going through, and they're made in a certain way, and they do things because of a certain reason. And until you don't have that story, you're never going to understand them. You're never going to really be able to get through to them. So you're always going to hit that roadblock. And that's why a lot of us have those coaches that they get to from point A to point B, and then they go back to point A. It's usually that you just don't know how to work with them. So make it your business to know your coach's story, because that's truly very, very important. Right? So now we're going to have some fun, right? So we have our two leaders here. Come, guys. Melissa we're gonna go right into the next part, which is, they have their own little presentation, but the next half of this event is we are going to all have a blog by Monday. Yay! Finally! Mandatory blog by Monday. Okay? You're going to create your first post. If you have your phone, you're going to get an example where you're going to start. We're going to tell you what you're going to post about, and these ladies are going to tell you why and what they've done. They are the only ones in my organization who have taken the lead in doing something super spectacular for their team. So I welcome.
So we have a problem, which is that, as you guys know, we start new coaches and there's, some that know this much, some that know nothing, and then people are always asking us the same questions. And, they keep coming to us and, it gets frustrating. Our resources are limited. So we decided, well, what would it look like if we sat down with our leaders? It's something that we do on our team. Like, our team name is Lead Well Legacy. Because the first step, actually, that we did is like, well, what do we want our team to get out of what we do? And for us, it's leaving a legacy for our family. We created a mission statement, which is, we are leaders living each day to bring change to our world, edifying others by encouraging physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Together as a family, we strive to help others reach their goals and secure financial freedom, not just for today, but for generations to come. So once you become a diamond in our organization, you're called a legend. And we have a whole separate group for the legends. So the legends came together, and we,
I can talk on this one. She knows everything else. I can tell you about the Diamond Legends. The Legends, what we do with the Legends is we basically build a page where we include them in everything. So in our Zoom chats, in our party planning, in our Monday Lead Well meetings, every single legend takes part of it.
Taking notes. Take notes.
We also hit up every single legend and asked them who wanted to be part of this training. We have 15 days of training of everything that you need to be a coach, to be a good coach, right? So we had every single diamond that wanted to be part of it record a video and use them, which would, whatever what their strength was. So we all did. We all looked at each other's videos. We don't do anything without consulting our legends because we want them to feel part of it. We don't make any decisions. We go in there. We talk about everything. The party planning. Kelly is the decorator. Cindy does the branding. Everybody's involved, and this drives them to want to work with us. So we do everything together.
this actually took, just coming up with the content took about 2 months over the summer. We all sat down and, okay, so what is it that we go through with the coaches? What are the first things that we teach them? What comes next? So what we did is that we created a working document, all of us together, and we created all those 15 days and what we felt should go into them. Everything from even PD that we think that they should know when they're starting out. So we each divided out those days and we had a working document, like I said, with the bullet points of what each legend should mention in each video. And what are the takeaways from each video and what's the assignment for each video. And we also wanted to make sure that it was short. So each day should take less than 10 minutes, but it's like the meat of what you should know for that day. So Hector, do you want to show it? This is called called our Lead Well Mastery.
That one.
I hit that day one.
Press play. Press play.
I can't hear it. Sorry.
Sorry.
But you can scroll down the
Yeah, that's
show.
what I'm saying.
So like day one is the introduction.
No, it wasn't. I just put it down.
Cup the speaker.
It's just an introduction, letting them know what exactly we do, what the 15 days are, and what we expect from them.
So there's like a daily motivational post with each of the days. Scrolling down. Things are training assignments. So the first day is just welcoming them into the team. We show them how to set up their profiles, like all those basic things that you need to do when you first sign up.
And everything is step by step, so pretty easy.
So they're supposed to do a day at a time, and we run like similar to how you would do Coach Basics. You have a group, and then everyone starts on day one.
I'm sorry, so this replaces Coach Basics for your assistants?
We don't like Coach Basics.
No.
We don't.
Yeah, we don't feel it. We tried it, we don't feel it works, so we condensed it and used, what we thought was more important, and we see that it's working and people are loving it. We're getting great feedback.
We also created an app. So all this whole thing is accessible through an app on the mobile.
What was your investment in something like this?
This is actually WordPress, and it was really easy. All the credit to Dalisa because she's the one that like flushed it together. WordPress is free. We hired a designer on Fiverr.
F-I-V-E-R-R. E-R-R, yeah.
Yeah, and that's very inexpensive. So then he took it and he designed it.
And the WordPress, depending on what WordPress you use, we pay $100 for WordPress because we needed to be able to, I don't know what, because then he said I don't know.
Well, the hosting.
Yeah,
the hosting
whatever.
of Lead Well Mastery. The app is also like to get onto iTunes and Android platforms. It's like $130.
$25 a month to maintain.
Yeah, that's basically the initial cost. But again, we have the legends, so every month we have our monthly dues, and we all pay for this together.
Yeah, we all chip in $10 a month. So what happens is we use the money, we pay for the app, whatever we need for the blog. And then whatever money's left over, we'll use. Like last night we had our team party. We were able to charge everybody coming in $20 because with the money we had left over from the last 2 or 3 months, we were able to put that towards the party. So everybody chips in, everybody feels good, we all work together.
How many, I'm sorry, I have like a whole bunch of questions, but how many legends did it take to build something like this? And I'm just thinking of maybe those teams that might not have that many diamonds.
We'll talk about that after. We're gonna give you a suggestion. But you can answer. I mean,
It was probably really 10 of us.
We had like 20 something legends, but for this it was about 10 of us.
So again, we hold them accountable on an accountability group. We know what day they're on. We have those ambitious coaches. They're like, I finished it. And those that don't participate, of course, but we know where they are. We know what they should know. And the good thing is that it's always there. So if they need to go back to something, it's there. And we also have PD there for them that we suggest. Like the first day, we link them right away. We tell them to buy GoPro. We tell them to buy the compound effect. But we give them the link to the Danny Johnson or the 3 walls to start them off with.
We have Facebook posts on there, so in case they're stuck, they have no idea what they're going to post for the day. They can just go straight to this page and copy and paste.
And it also helps edify our leaders because we have a lot of, the legends are growing and they have teammates that don't know us, but they're signing up, and it gives them a chance to see who they are. especially when this one levels deep. It's not just like our personally sponsored.
These are links to the books.
Let's do this one. And then we connected to a lot of corporate videos as well, like how to earn days, go back to the corporate videos.
I hope you guys are writing the heading at least. I'm just gonna go through it. You guys don't mind if I'm more. You guys can keep talking.
You're on Riri's computer, right? Okay. I'm gonna send something in there.
Any questions?
What's Powerhouse? What is the
Power
Powerhouse?
Hour.
Oh. Gotcha.
I just want to say thank you for giving us the vision because I think some of us may have thought, should we do something like this or not? It's too complicated, it's too complex, but actually seeing it, it's giving us the vision that this could be a tool that we can do. Yeah.
So I'll suggest also, I have the web guy that did my website, and I suggested this to my diamonds. If you don't want to put in the work, you can just get the money to do it, and then for $600 with a payment plan, you can get somebody to do your whole website, and then do it in an entity to this, which I'm going to show you guys next. That Melita and I work really close together. We did this together. It's just that I haven't been able to put the videos together because it does take a lot of work and a lot of time. So I have everything. I just need to plug in the videos and change the layout. And the guy does that for me. He did it for like $60, but I already got my website and everything through him. So you guys wrap up, finish up, and take more questions, and I'll show them.
So that's like a website that you guys make to just to basically like coach. So is that require login or anything like that?
Yeah, it is password protected.
Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to know like you guys work on that or was it something that you guys just had out there?
No, we actually can tell when they got to
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
they're
nice.
using it and they're just suckering us into thinking.
We're on.
Yeah, we can tell when they got
Okay.
when they got out of it.
Any other questions?
Thanks for sharing.
So we're gonna go into the next part of this, but I want to show you if you want to open up what I just sent you.
Let me just log out.
Okay. It's in her Facebook.
For Classic?
Oh no, that's okay. That one. I think the password is Team Sally. Micki, remember the password? Oh wait, that's not it. What's that? Oh yeah, that's it. Scroll down. That's one of them.
Scroll down. All right.
It's not what I mean.
Who's that boxer?
Go back.
Oh, here it is. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's actually something else that I have, which is kind of like if you guys wanted to do something like this, it's really simple. Did it let me scroll down?
Yeah, it does.
So I did two things. This is more like a one-stop shop for coaches to get familiar with just starting, before even training. Like it just tells you like the little things that you can pull. So it has little tabs. If you scroll down, a little bit more. Don't go in there. Okay, you see it has Lindsay stuff. So I have to update all this. Because this is a good thing about my web guy. Like I could send him somebody's website with all their training material, and he'll just in like an hour make me a whole website about it. And then I just have to plug in my videos and my content. And I haven't got to that, so that's why I haven't shared this with you. So it's just kind of like getting started. And then I have a password protector daily training, which I'll send you right now. That I'll show you. and I haven't implemented any of this yet. And Micki just got a quote, so I'll share with you guys what we're gonna do moving forward. So go in this one, Hector, and then just put Team Saudi. So now I'm gonna use this with my team. Micki just requested a quote for her downline. So everybody in here somehow is in Micki's downline and in my downline, right? So you're all gonna have access to this, password protected, until you get your feet wet and have enough, legends, whatever you want to call them, to kind of make this happen and make it work. So you create your own branding and your own thing. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna have my star diamonds help me film the videos, and Micki will do the same, so that everybody's face, every leader's face is on this thing, because I don't want it to be me. So you're in there. So it's kind of like Audrey's and Melissa's, is just that this one doesn't have, like, I want to put backgrounds and kind of make it interactive and all that stuff. So it's, vision is everything, guys. Like, you send this to somebody and it's just blocked, You need to make it more,
Sure.
Yeah, so that's why he's going to design it for me, but he's waiting for my videos. So now you guys have something to get your feet wet. We'll have it ready by January.
I don't like that picture.
I love that picture.
You guys never like,
I'm not in it.
that one because you ran to registration. I didn't even realize.
I love that picture. Stepchild again.
No, you're not. You're in the other one. I'll fix it. We need a new picture. So
I could crop her in.
remember, Micki's gonna get one for her download. She already requested a quote because Micki has her website already. So this guy's just gonna kind of like add this to it, revamp it. For those that are leaders and you already have Star Diamonds, I highly recommend you get a quote from Kashif. He's the cheapest you'll get. The only thing you gotta kind of really proofread, because he's like in Afghanistan or something, and he does a lot of technicals. But he was highly recommended by Barbie, so that's why I went with him. I did a payment plan. The total was like about $600. I also do recommend you get a separate designer to do your banner and your stuff, because it needs to be you. Like, this is like, there's so much that needs to be done to like my website, because it's just pictures that I gave him that he randomly put together. Like, when I was working with Ellie, which I gave her a deposit, when she was interviewing me to do my banner, which is not done yet, she was asking me personal questions, because the designer needs to know who you are and what you represent and what message you want to put out there. So your background and your stuff needs to be. So Micki's working on that too. So I mean, we're gonna help you, but you need to lead. Like, you need to like I know you already started your blog. You gotta just get your feet wet. Stop being afraid. If you don't understand something, Google it. Google esa vaina. All right. So call to action. We're all, Micki, you gotta come up here for this with me. We're all gonna start and earn, and it's gonna happen like this weekend, today, like right now. Earn $500 for the holiday by being a Beachbody coach on your team. We're all gonna do that, but we're gonna copy Melanie Mitchell. Okay, this is gonna be your first blog post.
Okay.
All right.
So you don't have to be afraid.
Well, are we okay with copying and pasting that, or is there something
Why
against
not?
that?
She copied it from somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna change
I'm sure.
she writes a lot of her stuff and she buys a lot of her stuff. Yeah, ooh, you did it already. See how on the ball she is? Okay, so scroll down a little bit, Hector. What we're gonna do is just add a little, take all her content and just change the wordings a little bit.
Okay.
Make it you. You know what I mean? A lot of her posts, I take them and I complete. She inspires me to write my whole, and then I'm like, oh shit, I could do this. You just need like something to like get you started, right? And then you're gonna go write this down. You're gonna go to www.canva.com. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. N-V-A.
And of course, when we're talking about copy and paste, this is just an outline. You have to add your story to it.
It'll just give you, it'll inspire you to know what you need to get. Canva.com is kind of like, what is it that you use? PicMonkey. But PicMonkey, you don't have to sketch out your picture and all that crap. It takes forever. I have patience for it. It's time consuming. So Canva, you just drop the picture in.
What's it called?
Everything's in the back. Canva.com. C-A-N-V-A.
It's easier in Canva?
It's not gonna edge it for you, but it'll look just as nice. Like, you see the thing for the invite for a holiday party? I did that on there.
Because I sketched my pictures, like when I did my banner.
You're probably getting good at it. Yeah, if you're good at it now and you get it, go for it. But we don't have
Took me a
time
while.
to
No,
be
no,
sketchy
you're
because
right.
we need to put this out there by Monday.
Yeah.
Because time is money, and we want to end the year strong.
I love
And in order for us to do that, we need to make it happen. And what happens is, and I'm gonna have Riri come up here on how she gets her blog post out there to get more hits and all that stuff in just a few minutes. So we all understand we're gonna blog, and we're gonna do this using Cash for Fitness. Just go on Google, find a nice background, drop it on there, make a little thingy. If you want to get creative with Monkey, realize it's gonna take you 3 hours, but it's cute. Anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, right.
Are they going to tap a little deeper into that? Give them what our expectations are of that?
Have you ever done Google ads?
That's
Google
good.
ads.
Do Google ads.
That's what she
Melanie
does.
Mitchell's
I
all over.
noticed that
Melanie
she
Mitchell
did.
even has, I found out through Riri because she's like my emerald, that,
I haven't
Emerald
done that.
Mindset
I don't know
Emerald.
how to use it.
Melanie Mitchell has challenge groups on Google.
Yeah, I've seen them. And she has the meal plan
Yeah.
posted there too.
She runs a lot of stuff on Google Plus.
Yep.
I Google her a lot.
You're
and I
more
see what she
searchable
posts.
on Google. Like you search a keyword on Google with your name and whatever you have on Google come up. I used to do Google a lot. You come up when I
do
search.
Google Plus,
Yeah.
and people have searched something, and I've popped up
Yeah.
on the first page of the search.
I have an account and I don't know how to use it.
Scroll to the top.
Yeah, what I want to touch, I just want to add on to this topic about the cash for Christmas.
Click on that picture.
This one? I think there's a better picture on top. Yeah.
So basically, what this ad is, you're looking for business builders, right?
Yes.
That's what it is. Because to join your team and get one-on-one coaching, and then make money while you're at it. So this is where, with this blog, at the bottom of the blog, you're gonna have an application, which you're gonna create through Google Forms. You know how when you all went to your first job interview, you had to fill out an employment application, right? So you filled out the employment application, and then you went for the interview. So that's what we're gonna do here. I mean, we all agree that we need business builders, and we're still gonna have our challengers. That's one aspect of our business because our business is twofold. Our first part of it is to help people with their health and fitness. That's when we have our challenge groups. And then we have the business aspect of it where we're building business builders that want to also help people live a healthy, fulfilling life. So you're going to create that, you're going to create the application. And I went to Barbie Decker's app, and what I love about her first questions that she has on there is that you're able to identify right away whether they're enamel, whether they're pearl, ruby, or sapphire. Just based on the first 4 questions.
Can you please share that?
No. Of course I'm going to share that.
Because that was
That's
actually
the same
looking for
question.
Yeah, we're gonna share the questions that you should be asking. Now, you may say, you know what, maybe I don't like this question, maybe I'd rather add. I don't care. As long as you ask questions like you're interviewing somebody for a job. Because you want to make sure that that person is going to be the right chemistry in your team. You know, and I was talking to Sally, I was talking to Sally about this. I'm like, you know, I used to interview people all the time when I was a branch manager. And after I would look over the application and take a look at, I mean, obviously it was a different type of application than what we're doing here, but then I would set up the interview. I would have interview days. So that's what you want to do. When you want to do this like a business, let's really work it like a business, and let's set up an interview day. So you're going to set up interview days. If it's somebody that's local, it would be great, you know, even if it's at a coffee shop, to set something at a coffee shop and have people come in. Because we're doing this a lot on social media, it's probably going to, you know, we're going to probably come up with people that are not in our local market. That's where Zoom chat comes in. And you can interview someone on Zoom chat and see if the chemistry is there. And it's okay to turn somebody away. It's okay not to get those 2 success points. Maybe perhaps that person is not ready for the business aspect of it, but maybe you can help them with their health, you know? Like you can still help that person. They may not be ready yet to be part of your dream dream team. Does that make sense?
Okay, so you guys all know that we have the 21-day business in a box, right? There is training in there and daily activities, daily steps for you to be able to set up a sneak peek. A sneak peek is what a lot of the leaders have used to grow their team. Okay, so if you get some of these applicants, you can put them in a sneak peek and do your daily videos. But what we want you to leave here today like a leader. Like honestly, my feet hurt and I don't like standing up here. I want to be able to sit there and be inspired by you the way Audrey and Melissa inspired me. That is purpose. That is passion. That makes me go home and just be like in total awe. So how are we gonna get that? We need you guys to come out of your comfort zones and show people what you really have inside of you. Like all of you know that Hector is freaking passionate about this business. As annoying as his videos may be, we all watch them, we all love them, and we all want more. Right? Right? You all want more. You all know. I bet you each and every one of you has thought about Hector when you don't want to get up in the morning.
Yes.
Tell me you haven't. Right? So that means his videos are working. Now I want him to tap into the other side, but that's all good. He's gonna so you have greatness inside of you. That's why your team hasn't connected with you. That's why they don't know what drives you. They don't feel the passion. They don't know anything because you're not putting enough content out there. You know, and your prospects may be waiting for that too. You may have people who are just waiting to know more and understand more. Like I leaked a video that I did for my challenge. It was a stupid video about freaking commitment. I didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. You know, I've been on that inboxes.
Oh, okay.
You made my day. Oh my God, Sarah, you're so transparent. There was a girl who I sold a challenge pack to her for her husband who completely fell off the face of this earth a year ago, telling me in an inbox how now she feels that she's the one that needs this. I already knew that. I knew it was really her that needed it, not her husband. But you know what? It took that stupid video to kind of get her to shift. So a lot of times you're not closing because you're not putting what you have inside of you out there for others to see. So did I ramble a lot in the beginning? Yes. Were my videos horrible? Yes. But I still put them out there. If you go on YouTube, you can literally see how much I've grown throughout the years. You can see the growth. Even Barbie Decker. And she's not that great already. And she still does it. I mean, she's amazing. But her videos are kind of whack. Okay? And they're usually nothing like Shanique teaches us to do. They're usually like the weirdest videos in her, you know. But you know what? I watch them. And she inspires me. She was the one who inspired me to make that video yesterday. She was in her car talking about commitment. And I watch all her videos because I have a notification. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make one too. So this is going to push you guys. So we have until Monday to create our first post.
Okay, so what's our first call to action? Well, I call to action.
Evaluate where we are back office with our business from today. And then for our next one.
The second one?
Let's write them down, guys. Come on. So I want you to take screenshots and put it in the group so the diamonds that didn't come today I feel like, oh, fuck, I should have done it. I love it.
I see that. You know what?
It works.
You see how she starts digging old posts all the time?
Oh yeah, I do that on purpose.
I think it was Audrey. Was it Audrey who made a comment about that the other day?
Yeah, that when Sally's like on fire about something, you see her digging up all of those posts.
You see a lot. I was like a year ago, like, how the hell did you find
Yeah, I
that?
was getting messages.
I premeditate everything. Like right before I put out the invite for the holiday party, I first started digging the old one.
I looked at the year. I was like 2013. I'm like, this. She was like,
Okay, so
Our homework.
call to action. Number one is evaluate your business. Where is your business today? And then when you come back to the next meeting, you're going to come prepared to share where your business is then. So we can measure the growth. Whether it's you added 2 coaches, increased Success Club, you moved up in ranking, whatever it is, as long as you are growing. There's different ways to measure. It's not just ranking. Okay. Number 2, find a success partner.
Cynthia, you want to go sit with her and speed date real quick, see if you like her? No, seriously, Jennifer. When we're done, go over there and just start chatting. See if you like dating talks.
Thank you. You're finding me a success partner. I appreciate that. I haven't spoken to a few people, but they're busy.
I think she's gonna be a good wife for you.
Come over here.
I'll be right there, don't worry.
Okay. And number
You
3.
gotta pay for dinner first.
Number 3 is to create your blog, and we should share. So we can call this blog.
Yeah, we'll put it up.
We're gonna put it on there.
And then Miri, real quick, can you share some of the tips to get the blog out there more and faster with your stuff we learned?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
before we so it's your blog slash coach application. Okay, and we're gonna share the questions. Does everybody know how to create an application through Google Plus?
Google it, and it tells you exactly what to do.
And guess where you're gonna find it? In the business in a box. That's how you're gonna do it. Yep, it's in there.
It's very easy.
Yeah.
What's the? I'm sorry, I think I missed it. But in the blog, what's the first post you said about this?
Yeah.
So this is not a Facebook post.
No, it's gonna be a blog.
You're
I
gonna
know.
put it on Facebook after you put it on your blog.
So I put the link.
We'll tell you now. Miri's gonna do that for you. She's gonna tell you exactly how to get it out.
Alright, so
That's what's going to say.
I don't know if you guys like Pinterest a lot. Like I get a lot of ideas from Pinterest. So I came across this mom who has a blog. Her name is like Sia, and she is called like Fitness of a Mom Diary or something like that. So I noticed that when you go on her Pinterest, she pins all her posts along with all other posts. So you know on Pinterest you could create little sections for everything like makeup, nails, or whatever. So you could create a section just called like fitness or something that you're passionate about, because you're not gonna just talk about Beachbody on your blog. You're gonna talk about everything. You live your life, everything. So she pins her own post. So when you pin your own post, basically it comes up all the time. So if someone's looking for a recipe and you wrote a recipe about crock pots or something like that, if they go on Pinterest and they look for a chicken recipe or crock pot, it's gonna come up on Pinterest, even if it was blogged about a year ago. So even like you can even pin like your Facebook post, anything you can pin it, but you have to create like a pin following. So you're gonna have to pin a lot about a lot of different things. So people will be like, oh, like this person comes up a lot because you pin other people's posts and you pin your own posts within that. So even if you do like 10 minutes at nighttime of just like pinning other people's posts, and then in between you go to your own blog and start pinning some of your posts, then more people are gonna come to you, because Pinterest, what it does is it goes to the last person who pinned it and it shows them as you were the originator. But then it could direct them somewhere else. But people start snooping around and they'll find your post as well.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to get like information out there and kind of get more people to follow you. The same thing with like Google Plus.
Can you tell us what the name of the person you said again?
Yeah, her name is Sia Cooper. It's called fitmommydiaries.blogspot.com. She literally has 35.1K pins
Okay.
and SIA.
Miri, can you tell them how you put your post out there, the first blog post that you did, and where you went? That way.
Well, when I first put my first blog post out there, I went to see what Melanie was posting about. Like, I kind of get ideas from her. Like, she says and it could be something as silly as like a recipe. And what I did was like I put the recipe and I put it on my Instagram, and then I also put it on like Facebook. And you put it like if you're running a challenge group, like say like, oh guys, I tried this recipe, like go look at it. And people will just go in there and just use Google Plus. Like I use Blogger to do my blogs. So what I did,
Blog post and blog are the same.
yeah, it's called Blogspot. And you don't even have to pay to get like featured or nothing like that. You just go in there and you create it. And I actually bought like a background, like a setup for like $30 on Etsy. So it wasn't like something crazy expensive. It was $30, and then it just created like a nice design. And then I went blog about that, and then posted it on Instagram and everywhere else. So then people kept on coming back to that. And on top of that, what I did was I did like a stupid YouTube video, like this is how I made my chicken. And then once I did that, the people saw that I have a YouTube video, so they actually added me on YouTube too. So anytime now, they're connected on me from like different directions. So it's like if I post something on YouTube or something on Facebook, like everyone can see like, okay, she's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then if you use Google Plus, you create circles, and Google Plus is like another Facebook also.
Yeah.
So you can find people, and people can find you easier because you pop up a lot more often on Google, because that's what people use the search engines. So that's a good way to like get out there.
Thank you so much. So here's the fun. So now you create your blog. If you have a like page, you want to put it on your like page first. Then you want to share it onto your wall and into all your challenge groups. Okay? Because what happens is now you're doing two things at once. You're putting your blog out there and you're sharing. When you're sharing from your Facebook like page, they're liking it and their friends will see that they liked it and you have a better chance. You can target more than one person.
And if you create your background, like your what's the thing called, your banner on Canva. Canva allows you to actually link. Like, so if you click on your, you know how sometimes when you want to go back to someone's profile, you click on their banner. Well, with Canva, there's a little section there that you can say, like, if you want more recipes, click on my blog, and you can actually click on it and it takes you somewhere else, not just back to your Facebook background. So if someone doesn't know, like, that you have a blog and they click on your banner and you say, like, for instance, weekly meeting, and you click on it, it'll take them back to your website. But only Canva does that. You can add a link to your banner.
So what happens with that is now you're targeting, because Canva is where a lot of entrepreneurs, that's what they use to create their designs and all their invitations for events. And it really works because I got a guy, I forgot to tell you this, it was last night, who messaged me who said he found me on Canva. I'm like, I didn't do anything on Canva, but it's because all my stuff that I've been creating on Canva on Tinder. Somebody told me that Tinder's like the it. You know, I have a lot of single friends. But listen, you should try it. Let's hold her accountable. 30-day challenge. Your call to action. Okay, let's do this. Once you're done with your elite points, which will be like in a few days, I think you should do like a December 30-day challenge date. You're done with it. You're not signing up any more coaches. That's it. You're done, right? So I think you should include dating.
You're always talking about
And you never know, in those 30 days, you could sell a challenge pack a day.
That's how it will. I'm glad you said that because maybe you should just do it.
You might sell a challenge pack a day.
Hey, imagine that. You're changing
Every
lives.
guy you meet.
You're fulfilling your purpose. And your life.
She's always putting out that there's her future husband. Her future husband.
There's a lot of soft men out there.
I'm wondering, she thinks he's gonna fall from the sky and drop on the freaking Corona. You make it a Mexican. Oh, mariachi.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry. You're gonna edit this thing, right?
No, you are, not me. I'm sending you this.
That part I have to edit.
Okay, so I'm just not totally ignoring her, but honestly, as you're listening to this, with the blogging and the Google Drive and the Google Drive, how many of you are a little bit like afraid? No, right? You know why you're afraid? This is a good embrace that feeling, because that means that something great is about to happen. That means that you've been living in your comfort zone for too long. Don't sink. Get up. Oh. Right? Link your why. Is your why stronger than your fear? Is it? I'm not convinced. We got work to do. When your why is stronger than the fear, you're gonna make it happen. You're gonna make it happen. So, you wanna buy your house for your child?
Yes.
Get over the fear.
Listen, college is expensive, guys.
That is stronger than this little Google stuff. And we're gonna do it together as a team.
Listen, how many of you understood Facebook when you first got it? And there's still like a whole other world to Facebook, guys. Carolyn didn't have Facebook, and she's the Facebook queen. She didn't have she had Instagram, but she didn't. She's like, oh, I don't use it. I just have it. Like
I have Facebook.
deactivated. So you know what? She knew that that's what worked. That's what we needed to do. This is actually what we need to do. I honestly feel that as a leader, again, because I always measure myself, and I said that one of the biggest mistake I've ever done in this business is that I have not encouraged my team enough to have a blog. Melanie Mitchell's coaches all have the same exact blog. And it's that first part that you saw that tells you step by step where to go. It even teaches you how to brand yourself. It teaches you how to take pictures. It teaches you how to do a photo shoot. It teaches you everything you need to know right there in that page. And I shared this with you guys, right? I'm like, why didn't I do this? And why? Because I'm afraid that you guys don't have the money, or I don't want you to take too much time to do this. But you know what? At some point we have to do it. I'm judging you before you even try. So now we're gonna hold you guys accountable because you're the leaders in this team, and you guys gotta do it.
Shalene's podcast covers all of this stuff, like how to work with Pinterest, how to do Facebook ads for your like page. So that's a great resource. And also Brandon Bouchard with his he has a whole launch.
So write that down, guys. Download Shalene Johnson's podcast.
Which one is that? The
Brandon.
Bride? Which one?
The
No,
Tribes.
Shaleene Johnson has a couple of them.
It's just she's just
She's
doing one
merging
now.
them now.
Okay.
But you'll find both of them when you go on. And let me tell you guys, that woman is brilliant because what she's doing right now is because she's onto something huge.
And you saw that she didn't show up to the what Carl Deichler did. What do you do that recent that he does every quarter? The surge. He was like, oh, she couldn't be here because she has family stuff. Like, she has control.
Yes.
She has a lot of control of business. To say no to the CEO, I can't be there because I gotta be with my family. She got her priorities.
So this guy, what we're going to embark together as a team, as a family, is going to really take our business to the next level. It really is. I'm excited. Do I like to write? Absolutely not. But my why is too big. Deal with it, Micki. Get over it, and just make it happen.
What you're doing is you have a gift inside you that you still haven't even tapped into because
course.
when you do right, it's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah. She writes every day. Listen, when I'm stuck, you know what? I take back what I said because when I'm stuck sometimes, when people come out with some crazy shit out of the blue, like, how the heck am I going to respond to this? I'll go to her and she always has the right words.
Who's that?
When I get like a message from somebody and I just don't know how to answer, and she does help me and she does write pretty great, and that's why she thinks she's not good.
So, yeah, and
I
it's,
do the same thing when I want something that comes out a little bit more godly. I'm like, something so I don't hurt somebody's feelings.
and that's what, we all have a gift, and we all build off of each other. But it's really stepping out of your comfort zone, guys, where you're gonna taste success.
You do your blog in Spanish and English. How do you do it?
I mean, get started, but you wanna target Spanish because there's a market.
Like for us, it's going to be a little bit more challenging because we're targeting Spanish Latino market. So
do translate everything.
Google Translate.
should we do
I
all
don't know.
languages because I still have a lot of English speaking.
Listen, I don't know if you've seen Monica Gray. When she posts, she does English and then Spanish. Absolutely. She wasn't doing that before, and she flipped the switch when that 15-star chick took off. Who was under her? I forget her name now.
Jessica Kaplan.
When Jessica Kaplan left, Monica stepped up and she was her upline. She knew that she had to change her strategy.
Or she was gonna lose them.
Exactly. So she started posting bilingual. So everybody always gets, they get stepped out of their comfort zone. I had a situation this week, and I was supposed to go in person to help one of my newer coaches. And long story short, physically I couldn't be there. So we had to do a Zoom chat. And I was ready to do it in English. And he goes, oh, no, Spanish. I'm like,
Got you there.
and I didn't even have the document, the business opportunity in Spanish. Like everything I had it in English. And I'm like, bueno, mi gente. Ustedes me excusen que yo no hablo muy bien el español, but I set it up. And then at the end, like, oh my God, you did great. So I set myself up that I wasn't going to do so well. So that they were expecting me to do this, and I delivered here, and then I found that I'm a superstar.
So the other thing, when you do your blog post, you can link it you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on Pinterest, you share it everywhere, and that creates a funnel, that creates traction, and they'll always have somewhere to go. And honestly, you'll always have content to share when you're in a go and you're busy. Like if you gotta tweet something, you gotta post something there.
And don't overthink this, guys. That analysis paralysis, like don't overthink this because I can feel it.
Yeah.
Some of you are already overthinking it. Let it go.
I want to take the business.
And then
to
the other
next
thing
level.
is once you do this post, the one we're doing for the holidays, and you're like, I delivered, I did it by Monday, I met my goal. Then I want you to post 2 to 3 times a week. You want to blog, and where you get your ideas is when you log into your back office. When you go to teambeachbody.com, every day there's a recipe.
Oh yeah.
Every day there's a recipe. I want you to drag it to your desktop, put it on Canva, personalize it, put your link on it, go back to your blog, copy, paste, add a little flavor to it, put it on your blog. It takes no more than 10 minutes. Like this. Yes, because the more you blog, the more you're going to get out there, and the more traction you're going to get. And don't expect a microwave effect with blogging. Blogging takes time. And if you do it right, within 6 months, you'll have traction. And you'll, Riri was looking at mine to see how many hits you got. And that's because I try to post at least twice a week, and it's getting big, it's getting higher with the clicks.
It's a compound effect, just like it is with your fitness, with your business, with everything else. It's just gonna take time. So,
Yeah, that's the one that the Google Translate.
Okay, so go on Melanie Mitchell's page. She blogs about her team success. Like, I'm gonna start blogging about my diamonds and their story. I'm gonna interview on my whole 2015 is gonna be about putting myself out there. And everything that I did in 2014 is going to be on my blog, and it's going to be my diamond success. I want to write a story about each and every one of them, all that kind of stuff. That's what you want to put out there. And when there's a rank advancement, put it on your blog. But you got to start somewhere. Start small, get big. And then, you know how we all try to master social media, and we're always trying to figure out what works and all that? Become addicted with learning how to master your blog. Write books about it. Research about it. There's something called keywords. Learn about it, okay? Because the more you learn about what your blogging will do and the things that you can put in your keywords so you can be searchable. Like when I search, when I want to get an example, when I want to get an example as to what to write when an emerald advances or a diamond, you Google congratulations diamond or congratulations emerald. Who comes up? Who do you think comes up? Who's one of the best freaking top coach in the company? Lindsay Mattaway. Lindsay Mattaway is the first one to come up, and then you see all her coaches because they all use the same freaking keywords. So let's get good at that. Let's get good at keywords. Keywords are crucial. So what kind of words do you look for? What do you search for on Google? Those need to be your keywords.
There's actually videos that teach
you how to do that.
On YouTube.
Kelly, what do you? Well, we all gonna need a Facebook like page because when you're gonna cap out at 4,000. So you want to start building it. Do I use it? I just use it to post. I'm in and out. I check if I got an inbox. Very, very rarely do I get an inbox. I don't really work my like page. And what I got from the wall is that everybody struggles with the same thing, but you just need one because eventually, where are you gonna hang out? When you're gonna start deleting your friends, Once you get to 4,000, you're gonna cap out, and that's why maybe I don't accept all friend requests from like other coaches that's not on Team Eagle because I really don't want to. I want my 4,000 people to have value. So you want to have a like.
I heard the Shirley podcast, and she talked about having a like page and getting your email list and creating your list of people. So I thought that would be a great way of creating that list of people, followers, and trying to get
Absolutely.
Your premium out there and getting
Absolutely.
I think Facebook like is another way of going about it.
It is, but don't think that it's gonna work for you right away. It doesn't, because I've had one for 2 years, and I had my web guy even do stuff with it, and honestly, like what works for me is my regular page, but I feed it. Like everything, like if I'm gonna share a recipe, I feed my like page and then feed, and yeah, I did hear that when she talked about that, and you always gotta remember something when you're listening to Shalene. You gotta remember Shalene is a fitness professional. I'm not a fitness professional. So my followers are not the same as Shalene's followers. So you always have to take what you can, learn from it, but you cannot take everything she shares because she is a fitness professional. She's an icon. She's a celebrity. I am not a celebrity. Okay? So, no, I'm not not a celebrity, and that's not my market. You know, my market is women that are broken, women who need to lose weight, women who have been abused, and you know, who have issues. So I really can't do a lot of the stuff that Shanice shares, but I do learn a lot from her. You know, but I'm not gonna make fitness workout videos for my Instagram page when I get the most likes when I share a picture with my husband. I got 123 likes for that picture yesterday, and the picture of me working out got 34. Like, I analyze that. Like, you need to feed your social media with what your brand is and what your feed.
It's true that you say that because I posted.
Even you like it.
Yeah. But I mean, I posted a picture of my mom sitting on the sofa and I got like almost 200 likes. Like it's crazy.
That's who you are.
I bet you got my likes on that
When
picture.
I post of me like working out, my hair looks the best. And it looks
Because
cute
people
in
know
the
you
back.
work out. I learned that from Barbie years ago. Barbie's like really, like how many times are you gonna work out and
Yeah,
like.
but people are like, okay, great, you worked out.
Yeah, but you know what though? When I do post a video working out, it has value. Like I analyze, like I look, okay, so here I didn't work out, they don't have a workout, so I need to put one in here. Like I analyze my brand. Like I know what's missing. Like I was telling my husband the other day, you know what, I haven't posted like I bought anything. Like I gotta post some of my boots or something. You know, like I look at that. Like you gotta really analyze what your followers wanna see. Like make a little list. So you know what to feed. Like the best ones are when I bash men. When I post something about men, that shit goes viral. The other day I got like 200 likes on a post about you liked it.
Yeah. And I think I commented.
You did. You know, so and I literally like I'll be in bed and I'm like, no wait, babe, I gotta find something about men. Let me find something. He's like, I hate when you post those things about men. You're not really like that. I said, but you know what? My followers love that. So you know what? Go for it. So you gotta really get. You should stop recording me because we're just bullshitting. So next, I don't want to stand here. We're gonna randomly